Last session we learned about variables and kind of variables like global and local variable and also constants. In this session we'll learn about control flow like if and switch cases. Let's talk more about Golang control flow. We'll cover here like if else and switch statements. The if else statement is a statement used to execute a block of code if a certain condition is true. The else statement is used to execute a block of code if the condition is false. This general expression looks like this. If Boolean expression is true, then execute the code. If the Boolean expression is false, and execute the else condition. This is the two variations of basic if else if and else statements. The basic statement is the as we discussed. In this case, if age is equal to 18, age is greater than or equal to 18, then print you are an adult. Else print you are a minor. Second variation is if statement with the initialization. The if statement can also have the initialization statement executed before evaluating the Boolean expression. General expression looks like this: if initialization, Boolean expression, and execute the code in the if the Boolean expression is true. Example here: num equal to random initialize with 10. If num is greater than 5, if num is greater than 5, then print num is a greater than 5. Else number is less than or equal to 5. And third variation is like if the statement with a short circuit evaluation. The if statement can use the short circuit evaluation to evaluate the second Boolean expression only if the first Boolean expression is successful. For example, x equal to xy you initialize the 10 and 50, x is greater than 0 and y divided by x is greater than 2, then only print the values. In this case, this statement will be if x is greater than 0, then only second expression will be executed. And the fourth variation of if statement is that if a statement with multiple condition, the if statement can evaluate multiple Boolean expressions separated by logical operators. What do you mean by that? For example, in this case, age is greater than 18 and age is greater than 30, then you are adult. Else, if age is greater than 30 and age is less than or equal to 50, then you are in the prime. Else you are either too young or too old, right? And fifth variation of the if statement is that if statement with the optional else, if and else blocks, then if statement can have multiple else if blocks and an optional else block. Example, if you see x is greater than 0, then do something else. If x equal to do something else, we can execute the default case in that last else condition. X is a negative, right? Let's move on to switch statement. What is statement? The switch statement is used to execute a block of code based on a value of an expression. It is similar to the switch statement in other programming language, but Golang has switch statements has some unique features. We'll discuss one by one about those things. General switch statements looks like this: switch expression and case one. If case one satisfies, then execute some code, then case two, and so on. And also we have a default condition where no case is a expression not falling in any case, then default expression will be executed. So basic switch statement is used to evaluate a variable or an expression and execute the block of code based on the value of the variable. For example, in case the day equal to Monday, switch day, you can write all the days like case Monday, case Tuesday, and so on, so on. On default also you can maintain like if not fallen any of the case, then default will be executed. In this case Monday, it will be printing like today is Monday. And second variation of switch statement is switch with multiple expressions. The switch statement can also evaluate multiple expressions separated by a comma. Example, suppose I want to maintain some range actually for x value. In this case, switch x, case 5, 10. If the x is actually either 5 or 10, then you can first case will be executed. At 15 or 20, second case will be executed. Else it will go for the default execution. This is the second variation. And third variation is with a switch with initializer. The switch statement can also have an initializer statement executed before evaluating the expression. Example here, switch here n equal to random int of 10, n equal to 0, it's a 0, n is greater than 0, less than 5 is a smaller number, it n is greater than 5 and less than 10, it's a bigger number. So you can handle like this with the initializer. And fourth variation is like a type switch. The switch statement can be used to evaluate the type of the interface. For example, in this print type,
You can pass any interface. Basically, you can get the type and then switch it. In the switch statement, you can print what kind of value actually you are passing to this print type function. And the fifth thing is like a switch with a fall through. The fall through statement can be used in which a statement to execute the statements of the next case block as well, regardless of the case expression. For example, in this case, x equal to 0, in this case, it will execute like case 0, case 1 and case 2 as well because of fall through. It will simply continue for the next case. That's it about if else and switch statements. Let's have a hands-on coding about this one. Let's move on to if else. So if else, as we discussed, like a basic conditions, like if the expression is true, then it will go and print the you are an adult, else it will go you are an minor. This is the first variation of if statement. And second variation is like with initializer. You can initialize with any number and you can have a expression and check the if condition. In this case, we are initializing number with 10 and a random number basically, and then we are trying to see that num is 5 or greater than 5 or not. Similarly, like if condition, so with short circuit evaluation, the statement can be used short circuit evaluation. In this case, actually, you are checking the two conditions like x is greater than 0, and also you are checking like y divided by x is greater than 2. Then only you are going to print x and y. Basically, fourth variation is that you are going to use expressions, logical operators in between the expression. For example, x is greater than or equal to 18, age is less than or equal to 30. Then you are printing like you are a young adult. Else if again you are checking like a greater than 30 and less than 50, less than or equal to 50, then you are a prime. Else you are either too young or too old. And fifth variation of if statement is that if statement with optional else. Basically, x is greater than 0, do something. Else if x is equal to 0, do something. Else if the both the condition not satisfied, then go and execute this is x is negative. Let's quickly run this program and see what happens here. As we discussed earlier chapters that go run how to run this program. Yes, if you see that first condition, actually you are already x is equal to basically x equal to 18, so it is satisfying this condition. And next thing is like a random number, you got 6, so 6 is greater than 5. That's why this condition is satisfied. And third variation is like x equal to 10, y equal to 50, so x is greater than 0, so yes, true. And y divided by x is the 5, that is greater than 2, that's why it printed 10 and 50. And coming to fourth variation, x is greater than or equal to 18 or this one, then you are young adult. Now x value is 10 now, so x is greater than 0, so x is a positive, right? That's why we are able to see that. That's about the if else program. Let's move on to switch statement, what we discussed. In the switch statement, basically if you see, a basic switch statement will be like this. If you can initialize with any value with say Monday now today, and switch statement will be switch of day. You can write as many cases you want. In this case we are writing two cases and default case. In this case, actually today's Monday will be printed because the day is Monday and it will satisfy this condition. Coming to next switch statement with expressions. With expressions, the switch statement can also have multiple expressions, right? So x is 5 or 10. Yes, it x is 10, then it will print the first statement basically. And also you can use like initializer statement, n equal to, we are initializing to 10, and we are trying to print which statement it will going to satisfy. Basically it is going to satisfy x is 10, right? So which will be, let us say this should be satisfied, and it should print it's a big number. And also the fourth type, as we discussed, like a printing type of the variable. So it will we will pass the x, it is actually integer, and we'll take the type and it should print the x is an integer in that case. And the last flavor of the switch statement is that fall through. The fall through statement can be used to continue with the next statement. In this case, x equal to 0 we are doing, so that it should do execute this statement, this case, and this case, and also this case because of fall through in the two cases. Let's quickly run this code and see what will happen. So I will run main dot go. Let us see like what is printing here. For example, as we discussed, day is Monday. This statement got executed. That's why you can see this output. And second case, x equal to 10. So it is printing like x is this is satisfied and x is either 5 or 10. So second statement is like n actual random number we are taking. A random number can be any number, n between less than 10 it will come. Basically it came like a 0. That's why you are able to see the x is 0. Now print type of the, sorry, it's a big number basically. Sorry, this is one, like it came like greater than 5 and less than or equal to 10. That's why you are able to see the big number. And x is an integer. If you passing integer type here, that's why it is going here and it is satisfying this condition. And so in the last switch, the last pair of switch statement, you are initializing x with 0 and you are trying to print it. That's why you can see that x is a 0 and x is less than or equal to 1. Because of fall through, this is also executed, and because of this fall through, this is also executed. So that's why you can see that x is 0, x is less than or equal to 1, x is less than or equal to 2 also you can see that.